This is TWTWTW, and I'm Hereward the Woke.
They say truth is the first casualty of war, which is all right. You try finding anything true amongst this lot. For example, Trump's Truth social app, his alternative to Facebook and Twitter, was branded a disaster this week. If someone posts something that turns out to be the truth, they immediately get banned. Even Donald Trump won't manage to get banned from this one, will he? Two of Donald Trump's Truth Social tech executives quit. One was called Billy Boozer, would you believe? Chief of Technology. He immediately got a job as Chief of Parties with Boris Johnson. Also this week, a suspended Tory MP is in hospital, suffering from severe shock, oh no, after sex and drugs claims about him. He was put into the depression therapy clinic and received a number of other nasty shocks into the bargain, which he enjoyed apparently. The Tories think they're above the law, don't they? It came as quite a bloody shock to the rest of us as well. It's quite a big hospital, so there's room for the rest of the buggers into the bargain. Apparently there's a poverty-stricken street somewhere where hard-up residents can't even afford Easter eggs. But don't worry, they can still afford to give the nippers fags and booze. Someone suggested that piano lessons at 60 could stave off dementia by strengthening brain tissue that degrades when memory problems set in. I don't want to learn the bloody piano. You can't make me. I think I'll go back to childhood and master the recorder. Frère Jacques, dormez-vous. See, I remembered that one. I must be all right. There's a new project to teach refugees in Hull the Yorkshire lingo, and it has been given £120,000. The refugees do know what the rest of the country thinks about northerners, don't they? Start spouting phrases like, "Here, what's first tea, mother?" and you'll be the laughingstock of the rest of the country. Forget about speaking Yorkshire and learn Cornish instead and go to live in Devon. We also learned this week that Johnny Rotten is furious as Disney is airing the Sex Pistols biopic days before his beloved Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Johnny Rotten turned out to be a bit of a wanker, didn't he? Poor old Ted Grundy lost his job because of those far-right libertarian bastards. Sorry, Ted, you were right, mate. Sleep in peace. Johnny is going along with a little flag so he can wave as the Queen goes past in her platinum wheelchair. I hope she tells him to fuck off. Talking about the Queen, we heard that disgraced Prince Andrew is to accompany the Queen to the Derby on Platinum Jubilee weekend. Well, I suppose she is old. A lot of people are dead, aren't they? She can't ask Jimmy Savile or Lord Mountbatten, so she's a bit short on paedophiles to ask. I also think Liz is trying to tell us something. She prefers Prince Andrew to tens of millions of decent British people, and we can't do anything about it. So she's going to rub our bloody noses in it, isn't she? But he's not all bad, apparently. The Duchess of York claimed that Prince Andrew wept over suffering in Ukraine. No, he bloody didn't. The only time Prince Andrew has cried recently was when a palace footman rearranged the teddies on his bed incorrectly. Don't talk bollocks, Fergie. What have you got to hide? Other people think that Andrew still has a lot to give, apparently. Well, he's already given out $12 million in a rape case payout to Virginia Roberts, so it must be bloody true. Dominic Cummings just won't go away, will he? He's like global warming. He branded Boris a sociopathic narcissist, squatting in number 10 this week. Why the hell did he ever go to work for Boris? He clearly doesn't think very highly of him. But Dominic Cummings is a masochist who gets a kick out of being told what to do by fat blonde men. Dominic Cummings wasn't invited to any of Boris's parties, which is not very surprising, however. He probably couldn't get his video recording equipment past security. Another member of the cabinet, Nadine Dorries, has decided to sell off Channel 4 as it's too lefty. Have you watched Channel 4? There isn't a bloody lefty on it. There's not a single liberal on the channel. If it's lefty, what the fuck is lefty? Is it another word for extreme Nazi bastard or something? You could play Hunt the Lefty for hours, couldn't you, trying to find a real one on Channel 4? Which will probably be the name of a new spin-off on Channel 4's Who Dares Win. He's got a bit of a foul mouth, hasn't he, James Corden? He recalled this week a girl pooing on his teacher's desk in a filthy memory from school. James attended Park Middle School and Homer Green Upper School. Ofsted rated excellent. And if they want to deny this story, please feel free to do so, as we think James Corden is a liar as well. He's grassed you up though, hasn't he? We need to know the girl's name, James. Wait a minute! It was you, wasn't it? Still, it's the sort of school you would expect far-right libertarian James to come from, isn't it? That's breeding for you. Homer Green Upper School is for gifted children. So, that must be a printing mistake, mustn't it? And boasts its own mobile phone mask. Excellent for leaking stories about girls crapping on teachers' desks. Fill your boots, roared the Sun this week, as brazen crooks siphoned off £250,000 worth of diesel from a Royal Navy warship in one of the UK's biggest fuel thefts. Well, it's good to know the country is safe in the hands of the Royal Navy, isn't it? Britannia rules the waves, when it's not having its fuel nicked, that is. Still, the Tory National Front gang has been siphoning off the country's money, so I suppose the Navy thought it was free to join in. This has been Hereward the Woke, organising all we woke so we can destroy Britain's far-right libertarians who've invaded our country, as they're determined to destroy us in the culture wars. So, see you next week, and let's hope that Putin fucks off as well.